What's up, metalheads? This is your main man, Eddie Monster here with another edition of Rock and Metal News, bite-sized edition. Not typically one that I'm thrilled to do, but am doing because this man deserves nothing but the best and the ultimate tribute because he contributed so much to my life. Unfortunately, today, with the recording of this video, we received the untimely news that Ozzy has passed away at the age of 76, which is just so weird considering he had just performed a few weeks back at the Back to the Beginning. But the news is unfortunately true. The Ozman, the godfather of heavy metal, the whole reason why all of us metalheads are here is because of this man, and the family released a statement. They said, "It is with more sadness than mere words can convey that we have to report that our beloved Ozzy Osbourne has passed away this morning. He's with his family and surrounded by love. We ask everyone to respect our family privacy at this time." I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that I didn't tear up a little bit upon hearing this news, because I never imagined a world that didn't have Ozzy. And I know we were lucky with all the things that he had done over his life. I mean, certainly we were lucky for all the years that we had, because any other mere mortal man would have passed away years and years ago. But somehow we were lucky to have Ozzy for as long as we did. I can certainly remember the first time I ever saw or was aware of who Ozzy Osbourne was. I'll never forget it. I mean, my brothers try to dispute this with me, and as you can see over my shoulder, well, right up there, you'll see the Ultimate Sin record. That is the first record that really made me just be so just engulfed in everything that was Ozzy. I love that record from beginning to end. I've worn out that record as a kid. It's probably in the worst of shape, because think about it, I was like a 5 or 6 year old kid who knew how to play a record player, which was pretty amazing at that age. Because I knew how to flip the sides, do the needle, I knew how to do everything. But that's the first record that I fell in love with, was the Ultimate Sin featuring Jake E. Lee. And that's really not my first memory, but my first memory came from this home video that my oldest brother brought home. I'll never forget, it was the Ultimate Ozzy. It was this live concert video, which featured the lineup: Phil Soussan, Jake E. Lee, Randy Castillo, Ozzy, obviously. And imagine this being, I don't know however old I was. I think I was maybe like 4 or 5 at the time, because 1986, 1987-ish, somewhere around there, whenever that video came out. So I was 4 or 5 at that point. And my first real memory of Ozzy was this. Now, you can imagine what was going through my mind. I was just like, what in the hell is going on? Who is this guy? Why can I not take my eyes off of him? And this craziness that is going on. It almost felt so weird, right? And, but man, I'm telling you, as soon as I heard the record and I heard the songs on that VHS, I was absolutely hooked. I mean, up to that point, I was a huge Motley Crue fan. But in reality, none of these bands exist without the Ozman. I mean, Nikki Sixx and Tommy Lee have both said it numerous times. If it wasn't for the opportunity that Ozzy had given them, who knows, right? He opened the doors, said, hey, have as many lights and whatever, and your stage set up, just do your thing. And he did the same for Metallica. I mean, think about it. In 1986, Metallica had released Master of Puppets, which was probably like their hugest record. And Ozzy was just like, yeah, man, do your thing. You know what I mean? Like, do your thing. Knowing that there's a possibility that this young band could instantly steal the show. And that's what made him so amazing, was all the opportunities. And that brings me to Ozfest. I'll never forget the concept, right? Because Lollapalooza and Perry Farrell told Ozzy, no way, you can't be on Lollapalooza for whatever stupid reason that might have been, right? But thank God for that stupid reason, because that stupid reason brought us Ozfest. And I didn't get to go to the first one or the second one because 96, 97, but I was able to go to Ozfest 98. And one of my prized possessions, actually, one of my brother's best friends, God rest his soul as well, Jim, brought this to my brother. This is, if you can see this Ozzy right there. This is holy water. This was only available at Ozfest, and this came from, I believe, the California show that they did in Ozfest 96. I still have this water bottle unopened to this very day, and the water has basically disappeared so much, it's like down to right here. But this is one of my prized possessions right here, this Ozzy holy water. It's sad, man. It really is. And my first Ozfest was Ozfest 98. I remember I was so excited when the tickets went on sale. I went to the concert with the kids that were older than me. They were seniors in high school. And I remember they had asked me, like, hey, bud, like, Ozfest is happening. Do you want to come with us? And I was like, oh, my God, the chance to see Ozzy, like, yeah, this is so freaking cool. And I can remember that feeling. I just, all I wanted to hear was something from the Ultimate Sin era. And I remember with Joe Holmes on guitar, they busted into Shot in the Dark. And I was, like, so happy. I was like, yes. You know what I mean? They're finally playing my song. But that was such an amazing night. I got the bug. I got bit by it, and I went to concert after concert after concert. I went to Ozfest 99, had an amazing time. I went to the Merry Mayhem tour, which was Ozzy, Rob Zombie, Mudvayne, and Soil. I went to just Ozfest 02, 03, 04, 05, 06, I believe 07, and then I went to the one that was in Texas. I worked at the venue for Ozfest 2010. So, Ozzy's been in my life, and I saw him on the No More Tours Tour 2, which was actually the last time I ever saw Ozzy live. So Ozzy has always been such a huge part of my life. From the moment I was a kid all the way to adulthood, I sat there the whole entire weekend, probably much like a lot of you. I mean, it is the highest grossing event of all time, the Back to the Beginning, the tribute to Ozzy and Black Sabbath. And I remember sitting there all day and watching every single band, and finally getting to watch that moment and just wanting to tear up with Ozzy when he was singing Mama, I'm Coming Home. Who knew? You know what I mean? That his voice breaking up, how monumental that time was, because it was really was him saying goodbye to all of us, and we got the chance to say goodbye to him as well. If you remember, my video played right before, it played like right after the first set, so I was on the live stream. But Ozzy, you did so much for so many of us. You showed what it was like to just go crazy. To know that rock and roll is my religion and my love. It always will be. We are rock and roll rebels forever and ever and ever. We love you, Ozzy. May you rest in peace, my friend. May you rest in peace. That's all I'm going to say. So, get your Ozzy records out. Play the shit out of those Ozzy records, those Sabbath records. Just play them all. Just rock out. And remember that we are not here if it's not for Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne. Rest in peace, my friend.